What's going on, guys? Welcome back to F1 2019 career mode. Here today for one of my personal favourites, the Monaco Grand Prix. Next episode will be the first episode after the 1.5 patch as well. I'll be releasing that hopefully in 2 days time, so hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. But as always, hope you guys are enjoying. Leave a like, subscribe as always, so you can keep up to date with everything that goes on. But without further ado, let's go and get into practice.
The Monaco Grand Prix is upon us, and we're heading into the weekend with the first of the practice sessions. It's certainly not the easiest of tracks to navigate, so today is going to be incredibly valuable to the teams. Low's hairpin is the slowest corner of any track on the Formula One calendar. It's taken at just 48 kilometers an hour, but provides a stunning view on the first lap as the entire grid bunches up and tiptoes through the corner, hoping not to leave any carbon fibre parts behind.
This is such a tight bend that a special steering rack is used just to get around this very corner, as the cars would not normally be able to make the turn. There is the possibility of overtaking through lows, but more often than not, you'll end up damaging your car.
And that is so easy to do around this racetrack. Welcome, guys, to the Monaco Grand Prix. It's going to be an interesting weekend, as you would have seen from the menu screen, if that's what you want to call it. Anyway, I'll stick with it. But we have upped the difficulty to 110 Ultimate AI, the maximum difficulty, just to see basically that on one of my best days on a track, which I tend to do fairly well at, can we take it to the AI on 110? I've seen that it is definitely no joke from the likes of Tim McMurdoch and a couple of other close friends of mine as well, who have showed me some of their gameplay and spoke to me about a few things, so it'll definitely be interesting to see where we stand. Qualifying is set to be intermediate conditions, I think, for the whole of the session, but it is set to be totally dry for the race, so will be interesting to see where we stand. But end of practice one, things went fairly well. We passed all the practice programs without a hitch, so looking good so far. P4, but as always the AI do tend to sandbag.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. You really went all out in practice today. Are you testing new components?
No, not at all. Yeah, no.
It looks like you've invested heavily in the development of new parts.
Yes, and I personally believe it has definitely paid off in all areas of this car.
You left a lot of paint on the walls today. Were you struggling for grip, or did you just misjudge some corners?
To be honest, I have absolutely no idea what you're on about.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Alright, thank you very much, Claire. We were just being a little bit stupid with those answers, or I was while I was talking anyway, but either way, we won't worry about how much of a muppet I can be sometimes, but if it gives you guys a laugh, then hey ho, who the hell cares. But anyway, as you can see, practice went fairly swimmingly, no dramas, so looking good, but obviously intermediate conditions for qualifying, so let's go and see how we get on.
We're here at the magical Circuit de Monaco for one of the most challenging qualifying sessions on the Formula One calendar. Who can add their name to the illustrious list of Monte Carlo pole sitters here today? With the weather as it is today, Anthony Davidson, we have, to some extent, to throw the form book out of the window. Who do you see having the advantage on this slippery, unpredictable track surface?
Traditionally, these are very Adrian Newey conditions. The Red Bull's habit of creating incredible downforce, coupled with the high rake they like to run, is perfect for the wet, and it's helped them close the power gap a number of times over recent years. I think Force India as well, always a bit of a dark horse in changeable conditions, and of course the McLarens have a fairly good chassis. Having said that, I don't want to make a firm prediction. More than performance, the deciding factor is going to be the timing. The level of wetness out on the track is going to constantly rise and fall, and anyone who can find that perfect window when it's at its driest will have a big advantage out there.
Alright, so here we are, guys. at the end of Q1, it did actually start off in full wet weather conditions. We've waited right till the end of the session, or nearly right till the end of the session, I should say. Got the sentence out finally, took a while, but anyway. We're out on the intermediate tyres. Looks like we might just get held up by Kubica here at the end. Little wall tap. Definitely not what you want to be doing. Simulation damage, obviously no assist, so very, very easy to get damage and end your race very, very easily around this Monaco Grand Prix circuit. But we come up to the line and we go P1, and that was the way that Q1 ended. So showing a fair bit of pace compared to the AI in the rain. I've heard a couple of things on Twitter and so on that the AI definitely could be improved a little bit in the rain. I don't think they're too bad in the race, but in qualifying I definitely think they could go a bit quicker. But the end of Q2 now, up to the line, and the exact same thing again. We go to the top on a 1:22.5, I believe that is. And as we cut to the end of the session, we're P1 once again. So things looking very good for us so far here at the Monaco Grand Prix. We'll cut on for Q3 now, end of the session on our very first lap. Devon Butler on provisional pole. Not for long, we take that away with a 1:22.3, I believe that is. But we are not done. We want to secure pole position. We are going to go again for a second attempt at a hot lap. We've got Daniel Ricciardo just up the road, I believe, so this may hamper us just a little bit. We were down in the first sector, but we've gained a bit of time back in the middle so far. We haven't quite caught Ricciardo, might be getting a little bit of dirty air. Purple in the second sector, so we're on for an improvement so far. Fling it through the right left chicane. The car sticks, feeling really good. Little lock up into Rescas, I think I got that right, correct me if I'm wrong. Hard on the gas, and basically a Renault formation across the line to finish Q3. Is that pole position?
Okay, good job mate, really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
And how about that? A Renault is back at the front of the field here today at Monaco. We have scored P1 here in Q3, 110 AI. Devon Butler starting P2, Max Verstappen P3, followed by the two Mercedes, Lucas Faber, the two Ferraris, Ricciardo and Grosjean rounding out the top 10.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. Qualifying is over and Devon is on the front of the grid.
Well, that doesn't bother me that much. I'll just have to beat his ass and we'll all be good, won't we?
Starting at the front with Devon alongside must bring back some memories from F2.
Yes, they do. As long as he doesn't drive into us again, we'll be good.
It's been a great qualifying session for you. Are you going to carry that momentum into the race?
That is the plan. Start P1 and try and stay there.
The weather hasn't been ideal in qualifying. What's your take on it?
As far as I'm concerned, the weather's been absolutely brilliant. I've loved it.
Appreciate your time.
Right, thank you very much there, Claire. Pole position for the Monaco Grand Prix. How about that? That still hasn't set in for me. That is absolutely awesome. But we can't get complacent now. We've still got a job to do in the race, starting from P1 with a hungry pack of very quick cars behind us. Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, Lucas Weber as well. He might be a bit of a threat at some point, but hopefully we can somehow hang on, and could we potentially score our first win of the season.
Well done. That was a good qualifying performance.
A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That was how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but still we race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean Sea. There's no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. The astonishing Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today, though, ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1-mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than inches from the race-ending barriers. Joining me for the Grand Prix once again is Anthony Davidson. Can we talk about Mercedes? What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lee lines up on pole position and Devon Butler lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, and Faber, Vettel, Leclerc, Ricciardo, and Roman Grosjean, Perez, Raikkonen, Carlos Sainz, and Norris, Russell, Stroll, Alexander Albon, and Daniel Kvyat. Giovinazzi and Robert Kubica takes the last spot on the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, it's a short run to Saint-Devote, and you know what Monaco's like, so try to defend this lead.
That's the plan, boss. Welcome, guys, to the Monaco Grand Prix. Just fiddling around with the strategy at the moment. I reckon we're just going to go for the one stop. I reckon that's what everyone will be doing. Mediums to the hards. We're going to underfuel the car by quite a bit. Obviously, there's really no need to run in rich fuel mixture around this racetrack. Obviously, it's a lot easier to overheat the engine as well, so that's something we do need to watch out for. But this is a really different view. A Renault on the front row, and the two old rivals from all the way back in Formula 2 dueling it out for the win. Pretty much it is the duel in the Formula 1 calendar, and there would honestly be no words to describe how awesome it would be to win at this racetrack. I mean, if you can win at Monaco, particularly on 110 AI, you've really, really done something right. But anyway, reforming back on the grid now. As we go to pull up to P1 on the grid, that's still a surreal feeling that we got qualifying, that we got pole position in qualifying. But we can't get complacent. We know we're not in the fastest car on the grid, so we're going to be doing a fair bit of defending this race. So hopefully it all goes well, and maybe, just maybe, we can score a victory for the French team here at the Monaco Grand Prix. But here we are, awaiting 5 red lights from pole position here at the Monaco Grand Prix. 5 red lights, and away we go. Pretty decent start compared to Devon Butler. Max Verstappen pulls alongside his teammate. We lead the field into turn 1, 2 Red Bulls side by side. Verstappen, I think, might just get ahead of his fellow teammate. 2 young guns going side by side here at Monaco, and I believe Verstappen has got his teammate off the line. So Butler not with a good start, dropping down into P3, but we maintain the lead so far, and that's exactly what we needed. If we lost the lead off the start, I doubt we would have ever been able to get it back. But anyway, we've done the first part of the job. We've got off the line. We maintain the lead. Now we've just got to try settle into a rhythm. We know we've got a reasonable car underneath us, so I reckon the main overtaking points are probably down into here. And other than that, I don't really see the AI passing anywhere else. So be interesting to see if they go for the move. Speaking of which, Max Verstappen now cutting on the lap 3, looking for a move up the inside, and what the hell just happened? Max, what have you just done? He's turned in way too early, and he's put himself in the barrier. Max Verstappen, that's reminiscent of Lewis Hamilton and Verstappen in the real life Grand Prix, but that wasn't my fault that time. There's your thumbnail for the video, by the way. But, well, I mean, honestly, what was that? There was room there. I felt like I left him plenty of room. So I don't know if that's maybe a glitch. I think this was still a thing on last year's game as well. So, interesting to see that it's still a thing even on 2019. But Max Verstappen with front wing damage now. We've opened up a little bit of a gap, and look how slow he is. So Max will pull into the pits, and that has basically ruined any hope he would have had of winning the Monaco Grand Prix. Cutting on a little while later in the race, we still hold on to the lead. Devon Butler now behind us in P2, followed by both Mercedes. on board with the Red Bull, as you can see, following us through. Not really close enough to go for a move. We are holding up the queue quite a bit, I'm not going to lie. But we've kept everyone behind so far. But anyway, coming on the lap 11, Butler with a good run through the tunnel. Goes up the inside just like his teammate. And once again, Devon has done a copycat move of his teammate. He's turned in too early. He's gone into the wall, damaged his front wing. And I don't know what's going on with the AI today, honestly. I mean, what are they doing? But anyway, cutting back to Daniel Ricciardo, I believe Butler still had front wing damage. Right, no, that's not right. He did have front wing damage. I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. So he peeled in, cutting on the lap 14. Now Lewis Hamilton trying to go around the outside. So for once, the AI trying something that, while unlikely, probably has a better chance of working out, but no way through for the Brit on that occasion. And somehow we still maintain P1 for now. Still a long way to go, 25 laps in this Monaco Grand Prix. This race honestly already feels like it's actually going on forever at the point in time, but cutting in on Devon Butler. That's not a pretty sight. A front row start in his first ever Monaco Grand Prix has come to naught. That Honda engine in that Red Bull has had enough. Smoke billowing out of the back of the Red Bull racing car. So he will undoubtedly be very, very ticked off, and why wouldn't he be? But anyway, coming on lap 16 into the pits now. I believe we've got Sebastian Vettel following us in, and Ricciardo has followed us in as well. I was really hoping he wouldn't. I believe we are actually responding to Valtteri Bottas. I think he pitted a lap prior. So we've kind of put Ricciardo in a really, really awkward spot. So yeah, kind of sorry, but I'm not. So yeah, but anyway, coming out of the pits, we've got one of the McLarens, Lando Norris, I think that is, and there is Valtteri Bottas right on us. So if we had left that another lap, we may well have lost the effective lead. Bottas all over us in that Mercedes car, but we are just ahead of the Finnish driver for now. We're going to have to get a move on though and get ahead of Lando Norris as quickly as possible. Cutting on to lap 17. Are we going to go for a move into racecast? No, Norris just late enough on the brakes to hold us off through the final corner. Can we potentially make a move into turn 1 with DRS? No room on the inside. We're going to cut to the outside on the lap 18. Can we go around the outside of turn 1? And we do. How about that? Awesome move on the McLaren driver. But anyway, let's have a look at a replay of that move. That's absolutely unreal. Around the outside of Lando Norris into turn 1. He cuts the first corner a little bit, not going to lie. And I believe Bottas actually got a decent run on him there as well. Cutting on to lap 20, rest of the front runners are in. Sainz, Raikkonen and Perez. I believe that was Lucas Faber and Lewis Hamilton. So we retake the lead at the Monaco Grand Prix. Valtteri Bottas P2, Charles Leclerc P3. I think Hamilton might be P4 with Vettel P5. Just jump back on board for a quick look from Hamilton's POV. There you go, the top 3. Hamilton should re-emerge in P4. He does. There's Vettel in P5. Cutting on for the lap 22. Valtteri Bottas going to, yes, he is going to look for a move down the inside. We're leaving tons of room. And what are they doing, man? Once again, they're self-destructing in this race if they try to go for a move there. Let's just jump back on board with the Mercedes. We left him tons of room. And again, he's just turned in too early. So that's what, the third car now. Let's try that with front wing damage. Cutting on the lap 24. Charles Leclerc now having a go. And again, what are they doing? They're just ruining their race by going for the move there. They're turning him way too early. Look, again, in the wall. We actually got a corner cut warning, I believe, there as well. I don't see how that was even remotely fair, but anyway, at least it wasn't a penalty, so I don't know, no harm done I suppose. But what are they doing? They're self-destructing, really. It's almost unbelievable to watch. But while the AI are self-destructing each other, how many times can I use that reference in the next 10 seconds? Anyway, on to lap 32, Leclerc pitted, I believe. Whether that was because he just had enough of the damage, or I don't know, maybe hit the wall and he got more and he just couldn't deal with it. But Hamilton is now in P2, Seb Vettel now in P3, and Leclerc actually held those two up so much, they actually dropped so far behind, and as you can see, we're in the lead quite comfortably. So all we've got to do really is, well, we've just got to hang on and bring it home. And as you can see, cutting on to lap 39, we've done exactly that. Lucas Weber is actually up into P3 now, so he's overtaken Vettel. So really, really good job from our former teammate. But as we come to the final couple of corners here in the Monaco Grand Prix, if you had told me we were going to win Monaco before I started recording this, I would have thought you were lying. But as we come across the line, P1, get in there!
Another win for the team at Renault today. Really impressive stuff. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
As today's winners make their way up the podium steps, the team at Renault have shown once again what it takes to build a successful Formula One team. A well-deserved win for them.
So there we go, guys. We have somehow pulled off what I personally considered to almost be the impossible. We started from pole position and we have won the Monaco Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton comes home in P2. Lucas Weber, definitely probably the surprise of the race, in P3. Perez P4, followed by Raikkonen, Verstappen, Sainz, Bottas, Vettel. I didn't see who was further down. But with that win, we jump up to second in the Drivers' Championship. A Renault in second in the Drivers. How is that possible? I sure as hell don't know. But things are really, really looking good so far. I still can't believe that. We've won Monaco, boys. I mean, I am honestly just lost for words. So, yeah, let's go and talk to Claire.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. How did you feel when you saw your old rival from F2 have to withdraw from today's race?
Well, to be brutally honest, I kind of find it hard not to laugh, because, yeah, it was awesome.
Some excellent overtaking moves from your former teammate today. Did he learn some of them from you?
Well, I don't know, maybe he did. If he did, well, I don't know. You're welcome.
How does it feel, sharing a Formula One podium with your old F2 teammate?
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But it's even nicer to be on the top step knowing that you won at the crown jewel.
Another podium. You must be getting used to it up there.
I wish people wouldn't say that. I feel like I'm going to be jinxed and I'm going to have a bad result shortly.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Alright, thank you Claire for, as usual, being a little bit of a pain in the backside. But I guess she's only doing her job, so hey ho, what are you going to do? We've won the rivalry against Daniel Ricciardo, leading the rivalry against Lucas Weber, so that's pretty good. We'll get a decent haul of resource points as well, no doubt. I believe we've got 2 upgrades coming for the Canadian Grand Prix. We beat the team bonus objective goal thing, whatever you want to call it. We've got 2,000 resource points, so bloody hell, we got a few resource points, so we might go purchase a few upgrades. Sounds like a good idea, doesn't it?
Fantastic podium. Well done. Keep pushing like this for the rest of the season. Looks like Lucas also has an upcoming historical event in his calendar. If you decide to take him on, it might help you get some coverage and get people talking about you a bit more.
Alright, couple of invitational events. We'll probably just do those again off camera and not worry about them, but anyway, 2,000 resource points, so what are we going to do? I feel like we're going to do a arrow upgrade, so we're going to do a rear downforce upgrade, and we're going to do a tyre wear upgrade. Yes, we are. So that should be for the Canadian Grand Prix, so hopefully all those upgrades, or the tyre wear upgrade, should go on the car. The aero upgrade's going to take 2 to 3 weeks, I think. So hopefully that all works out well and we don't have any failed upgrades, but thank you guys for tuning in as always. If you enjoyed, remember, smash that like button, subscribe so you can stay tuned for plenty more career mode videos. And until the next episode, the Canadian Grand Prix, I'll see you guys next time.